Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, your spokesman and your advocate of basic human rights for all people. I'm so glad to be able to take advantage of this moment and come and speak to you about something that I've been given to share with you. You know, I've been presenting these posts for years now. I've done it in the number of thousands, trying to get a message to you about the beauty of life and how simple it is and how grand it is. And for all that I have given, it is as if I've never spoken. And so there have been occasions where I've spoken on born again because it is so essential. And sometimes you forget that that message needs to be drilled daily. And what I'm basically saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that this message that I want to bring to you today is about being born again, 2023. Being born again. The reason life is so complicated in America, and I'm sure the rest of the world, at a time when we call ourselves holy and religious, and there is no evidence of this, is because of the teachings that we have received. We have received a teaching that disregards a God and establishes another means of existence outside of the will of God. And this is what we as human beings all over the globe have been exposed to. We have been deceived to believe that this is the way of life, even though it works against us. And even though we are the source of the empowerment of it, it still exists. Because we have not been given the truth, and without the truth, you could never be born again. You know what they're doing? In Texas and Florida, they want to burn all the books. There are certain people they don't want even discussed about the future. Just deny their existence, pretend that what happened didn't happen, and you're going to create something that you want to tell the world that did happen, and it is all a lie. All a lie. But just as that is being proposed and even implemented in certain states within the United States of America, the evidence of that ability to transcend these few states and travel across the entire United States is possible. In fact, the evidence suggests that it has already happened. And as a consequence, when you hear people talking to you about God, when you hear people talking to you about religion and being born again, when you know the truth, it is easy to understand why people pay thousands of dollars calling themselves planting a seed to get a blessing from God. Usually deceived by a mouthpiece calling themselves representing God and utilizing that mouthpiece to pimp people and create all of the things that, hey, young man, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hold off just for a second. The brother-in-law just passing by and I want to holler at him, but I'll be right back. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was one of my friends. And in fact, that used to be a brother-in-law of mine. We had a chance to exchange a few words. And based upon what I have been talking to you about, he said something in relationship to that subject that tied right in with what I was about to say to you, which basically is that the world as we know it is not going to change. People have been taught what they have been taught, and they have been deceived into believing that the hell they live is the hell that God designed for them. Not only that, they believe that they are not supposed to do anything to get out of this hell. And so when they have been taught this, and the only way they could escape this is to have a renewing of their mind. In other words, what we call born again. Your mind is renewed. You have determined and witnessed the essentials for survival in this life. Food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, and all the things that exist. These things men have said are okay, we need these, we want to experience these things. Now the resources that are used to cause the manifestation of all these things is a free gift from God, but they are not free to you now because the systems that exist have found a way to tie it up so it can be privatized and manipulated to scrutinize and rob you, the people. So that takes place. And so all of the things that you've learned when you talk about God, even your God is intertwined right into that stuff, that corruption. Buying favors from God, paying this and paying that. Well, this guy just said to me that nothing is going to change. We're just going down, down, down. Evidenced by, I never thought in my lifetime that there would be anybody so evil as Donald Trump. And I'm not just talking about the one that walked down that escalator. I'm talking about the one that's standing out there telling the world what he's going to do to anybody that stands against him if he ever gets back to power. And just saying that alone is causing the nation to rise up and perhaps empower that guy again. Well, anyway, so my message that I bring is called the renewing of your mind, being born again. We've learned, as I indicated, what is important. So the way that thy will might be done on earth as it is in heaven is that no hunger exists in heaven. So there is to be no hunger on earth. Not just America, but on earth. There is freedom in heaven, and there's to be freedom on earth. There is to be, my friend, prosperity on earth. What you do produces, as in heaven. You're supposed to experience joy on this earth, as in heaven. You're supposed to have access to education, as in heaven. Healthcare, as in heaven. And I believe you are sure that all things that exist by the hands of man. But that renewing of your mind will cause you to understand how this can be done by each person engaging themselves, all the human beings, in some form or fashion, engaging themselves in the process of a fruit that is beautiful, that is absolutely heavenly. You see what I'm talking about? That is a people who respect one another as an expression of their respect and honor for the power that they can't see. They allow that power to live through them, and there's no shame in their gain. So this, my friends, I'm speaking to those who can embrace a society like that, who would want to see this hell turn into a society like that, and would do everything they possibly can to expose the ugliness of this society by presenting a wonderful picture of the society that is to be heavenly lived on this earth, and are willing to give their lives for such a dream as this, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Now, this is perhaps to get you some way out of this, perhaps just to prepare you to escape what's coming. Because there's no way that those of you who have been born again are going to experience the same things that people down here have rejected. No, God will do whatever is necessary to protect you, because you have said yes to God. You are the voice of God walking on this earth. You are the voice of God that's demonstrating what it is to be here on earth just like it is in heaven. That other stuff with money and who, big shot, Republican, Democrat, black, white, men, women, up and down, ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit. And I just want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what it is. And so I take my time to administer what I call basic human rights to every human being on the face of the earth. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.